During the quarantine, many of you had an opportunity at some point to be in a Zoom meeting with me, and you always saw this background, the bookshelf with all of our family games on it. And that's a fine background for Zoom meetings. Nothing too distracting. You know, I've hidden all the mess in the room. You can't see the coffee cup. So we're all good with that. That's fine for a Zoom meeting. But it may not be the best if you're trying to do some kind of instruction with students or maybe sharing with parents. Maybe you want to get more information out there. I want to give you a different way to do that by using your green screen. So give me a moment. We're going to make this go away and we're going to come back with something different. And we're back. And now it looks different. Now we've got a green screen behind me. And I just want to talk for a minute about how selecting a green screen and why you would choose a green screen and how that's going to benefit you in some ways. First of all, let's talk about selecting it. And let's be clear, there's nothing special about this. This is a plastic tablecloth that I bought at the party store, less than $2. You can still see the wrinkles and folds in there from where it was folded up in the package. So it doesn't have to be anything special. It can be anything that will block what's behind you. It also doesn't have to be green. It just needs to be basically a solid color. Green screens were chosen as green screens because that color doesn't match anyone's skin. And unless you've got a lot of product going on, it doesn't match anyone's hair. And so just make sure you don't wear that color of top when you're on the camera and you don't blend in, because that's really what you're going for, is making it easier for the camera to figure out what's the color that it's supposed to show and what's the color that it's not supposed to show. But it can be green. Some people use a certain color of blue. Some people use like a bright orange. So if you've got a plastic tablecloth that doesn't really match anything else, you can give it a try. Lighting. The best lighting is going to be lots and lots of room lighting without lots and lots of natural lighting, just because sunlight shifts while you're recording, and every little shift changes how the camera's trying to detect that color. So if you have a room where you can close all the blinds and turn on all the lamps, perfect. I'm in a room with all the windows open and only one tiny little lamp. So my light is not going to be the best, and yet it's still going to work. Why would I want to use a green screen? It's not just so I can hide my background and look like I'm on the beach when I do a Zoom call. It's because I want to put myself into the activity. If I'm in the activity, if I'm a part of the worksheet or the activity, I can reach back and guide the students through the activity. I can point out that we're looking at this now, and then we're going to pay attention to this down here, and then we're going to come over here and look at this. It lets you be in the activity with the students doing the activity. It also means when you put something on your background, and that's how you're sending it to the students, you are using much less bandwidth, much less computer processing power than if you share your screen with them. It also means on their end, they're using less bandwidth to download that signal. So if you've got families who have struggled with Wi-Fi that's not really strong, this is how you can help them out. So get yourself a green screen, and then we're going to figure out what would you do with it. Let's see if we can have some fun with that. All right, I'm in a Zoom by myself. There's no one on the other end. And I am going to show you why we might want to use a green screen. And normally, I would just come right down here to the video button and click that little icon next to that and choose my virtual background option. But I can't. And the reason why I can't is because the software that I'm using to record this video has the button to stop the recording is sitting right on top of that camera. So if I try to click the camera, it stops the recording. So I'm going to get to it a different way. I'm going to come up here to the upper area, upper left, where it says meeting information. I'm going to click that, and there it lets me go into settings. I'm going to go into my backgrounds and filters, and there's my backgrounds. And there I am on the Golden Gate Bridge, or in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. So Now, this is how you would use green screen, but you can see there's still a little bit of halo around my head. Even though I've got the green screen behind me, it's not as clear as I want. So here's a trick to clear it up as much as possible. And that is to click this little icon right here. It'll tell you Zoom automatically detects the color of your video background. Well, it does the best it can. But you want to click that. It will show you your background. And looks like I mostly have some dark green, got a little light green going on, but I got mostly dark green. So I'm just going to click in that spot. And that tells Zoom that's the color to get rid of. Now, there's still some halo, but not as much. And that's okay. I'm not going to worry about making this perfect. I'm not filming a movie. I'm just teaching an activity here. So I've got a pretty good green screen effect going on. Now, why would I want to do this? It's not so that I can stand up and be the weatherman and talk about the cold front moving in. It's so that I can share things with the students. Now, you're going to see all the stuff that's going on here because you're going to see my Zoom screen, the Zoom window that I've got here. So you're going to see that. You're also going to see over here my settings. So you're going to see everything that's happening. But keep in mind, if you're Zooming with someone, they're only seeing this screen over here. They're not seeing these controls. So they just see you sitting in front of the Golden Gate Bridge talking. And then you're going to change what you're doing. You're going to take them to, let's build a snowman. And so now, let's click. Now you see some snow. And we're going to tell the kids, let's build a snowman. What's the first thing we need to do? Let's see if we can roll up some snow. You can move around. You can show them where we want to put it. Let's build our snowman over here. Let's pull up a big snowball and make the bottom of that snowman. How's that going to look when that gets done? Well, it's going to look like that. There's the bottom of our snowman. Now, let's get another one and put the second one up on top. There we go. Excellent. Now, granted, practice. I'm not so good at reaching back and pointing where that snowman is. It's not where I think it's going to be. So some practice would help. And you also have to be able to look at the camera, talk to the kids, engage the kids, but also you're over here controlling which background you're showing. When you go to 3, then let's add some arms. So, because now he's got one arm, does he need another arm? Yes, he does. So let's give him that other arm. There we go. All right. Now let's give him some eyes. Once we've got an eyes, what next does he need? Nose. Got to put a nose on that guy, right? Let's give that guy a nose. There you go. Now you're going to walk the kids through building a snowman. You can interact with them all the way. Do you need to use this as a lesson to teach about, language skills? Are you just trying to interact with the kids and have some fun? Or are you teaching? I don't know what you're teaching, but you can figure out and download different activities that will help you teach the activities that you need to teach. So you can continue building your snowman until he is all the way done. There he is. He's looking great, right? And then along comes a big wind, and whoop, he's all gone. Bye-bye, snowman. All right. So you're just changing your background on the fly as you do it. Here's another one, the pop-up toy. You've got, let's see, where am I going to move? I'm going to move over here so that I can reach this way. I can come over here, and where's that one? It's way over there. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to slide it to the side. And what happens when I slide it to the side? Let's do it and see. You go over, you pull it, and up pops the monkey, right? And then you have the whole pop-up toy to play with. You can bring up the elephant. You can bring up all the animals until you've got them all up there. And then let's close them all. Are we ready? Close. Boom. Done. All right. You can bring up books. There's the Hungry Hungry Caterpillar. You can read the book together. You've got the words, some fill in the blanks. The kids can practice with their words, their reading. You can read with them. You've got the whole book that you can do. That's an option you can download. Now, you can bring in more options. Right here, add image or video. I can add an image, and I can add any JPEG image. So, where I had the snowman and I was putting the snowman together, I can just say open. It brings in a whole new set of things. And we start with a snowman that I'm sitting in the way of. So you start with a snowman, and then somebody throws a snowball at him. Here it comes. It's flying in right here from the side, and it's going to hit him, and boop, knocked his hat off. And then you just keep going, and another snow knocked his thing, and oh no, there goes his arms. Oh no! Snowman's all gone. Lots of activities you can do. I can come back, I can click again, add an image, and instead of the snowman with the snowball, what are other things we can do? Let's go with a schedule. Something as simple as you might want to put up a schedule in the background while you talk, so that as you're finishing up an activity, you can put up your schedule about, what other Zooms are we going to do this week? What activities would you like to see the kids complete? This can be a time where you're prompting the students. If it's appropriate to prompt your students, it might also be a time that you're prompting the parents about things that you're going to do. For me, I'm prompting you. Upcoming tech tutorials, January 13th. I'll see you when we talk about HIPAA compliance with Google agreements. And we'll just keep working through all kinds of things through January and February. We got a lot lined up. So you can put all kinds of things up there once you've got that green screen. And if it starts to look a little blurry around the edges, you can always come back. You can try to refine it. Pick the color where it's looking a little dim. See if that helps you out a little bit. That's a way that you can use a green screen. Now, I am not the expert on this. I'm not pretending to be the expert on this. There are people who have been practicing this a lot. I just wanted you to see what's there. But there are so many options. Instead of a plastic tablecloth, hang a piece of felt. It becomes a felt board. You can attach felt pieces to it just by sticking them up there and pulling them off. You can put a felt pocket and drop things into it, and they'll disappear as you drop them in. You can take a ruler or a pen or whatever, put the same piece of felt on the front and maybe a little piece of Velcro, and whatever you Velcro to that, now it looks like it's moving across your screen. You can't see the green pen. That's being taken away by the green screen. You just see the piece that's floating along. So many options that you can do. Now I know in your classroom and in your offices, you don't all have an option for setting this up easily. So I'm not thinking that this is a thing you're going to want to do with every single activity, but it may be something that you want to do for some of those activities. Just because it gives you more flexibility, it lets you be a part of the activity, and it seems to be pretty engaging for students as far as I can tell. The activities that I downloaded today came from a website that I will link down below this email. She does a fabulous job. She will show you how to use all the different tools and techniques in more detail than what I'm doing. I'm just wanting to kind of get you hooked on the idea so that you can see the potential. And then there's lots of videos out there that will show you different tricks and tools. There's lots of free things you can download from Teachers Pay Teachers. Free, like the Hungry Caterpillar, all of those snowman activities, all those things that I downloaded, everything except for this schedule, I downloaded from Teachers Pay Teachers for free. A lot of times you're downloading them as a PowerPoint, and in order to upload it as a background image, it has to be a JPEG. And when you download it as a PowerPoint, depending on the version of PowerPoint that you have, you may not be able to convert it to a JPEG. I could not. But if I uploaded it to my Microsoft OneDrive, which is connected with your email account, you can, and I'll show you that in just a moment. If they send it to you as a set of Google Slides, then we already know how to download those as JPEGs. If you're not sure, you can check with me, but we've done that before on a number of videos. So lots of options for you. Just get them into a JPEG. Now, I'm going to stop this Zoom here for a minute so that I can show you how to do it with Microsoft. All right, so let's assume someone has sent you an activity and they gave it to you, either maybe it was a teacher pay teachers download or something that you got from someone else, came to you as a PowerPoint slide or a set of PowerPoint slides. If you need to get that into the online version of PowerPoint so that you can turn it into a JPEG, here's what you can do. When you're in your email, click on these 9 dots here and choose PowerPoint. That's going to bring you into this screen. And when you get to this screen, you will come over to the side, you will find the activity that you want. We're going to take this PowerPoint slide right here, and we're just going to drag it in. And when you do, it will upload it to your OneDrive. We'll wait for that to happen for a moment. And when it finishes, it opens it. So here's my activity. Now, I need to turn these into JPEGs. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose File, Download As, and here's Download as Images. So when I click that, it will say your presentation is ready. Click Download, and that will take all of your slides. Here I've got 4, and it will download it as 4 different JPEG images. And those images then can be uploaded into your Zoom backgrounds. We looked at that earlier by clicking that little plus sign and bringing it right in there. Alright, so this wasn't a very formal video. We didn't really have a script, but just an outline. I just kind of wanted it to be a working video, just walking you through kind of what it's like to set up a green screen, to work with a green screen, how that might happen, where you might find some activities, what's the benefit of doing it that way. So hopefully that gets you started. Now, again, I'm going to say right down below this, I'm going to link to a couple of videos on YouTube by a woman who does a phenomenal job with this. I'm going to link to some teacher pay teachers things that you'll enjoy downloading, and hopefully that will get you started. If you have more questions, you can check with me about that, and I'll be happy to give you more information. Shout out to Joyce Rio, who convinced me, look at green screen a little bit more. It's not just to have a cute background. And that got me started going down this road. So hopefully you'll find ways to use it that will be a benefit to your instruction, your work with students, maybe even your work with parents or with other professionals, with activities for professional development or whatever. So questions, let me know. See you in the next video.